Welcome back. In my last video, I did some dethatching and applied crabgrass preventer to the lawn. And here's what it looks like 2.5 weeks later. I've already cut my grass twice in the last week, but it's time for another fresh cut. It's been growing pretty fast the last couple of days from some of the rain we've gotten. This is probably my favorite angle to cut at, so all the neighbors can see the stripes better this way. Looking good so far, except for the dead patch off to the right, which I'll get into in just a little bit. This side of the yard grew in a lot more. As I was doing part of the first pass, I noticed some extra clumps of grass, so I ended up doing another full pass in the lawn to break it up a bit. It's not good to leave thick clumps. It can smother the grass, which could kill or weaken parts of the lawn. Also, wet clumps can hold moisture, which creates breeding grounds for possible fungus and lawn disease. Time for a little edging. Keep it looking crisp and sharp. Be sure to blow any grass clippings back in your yard if they end up in the street. Leaving them out doesn't just look bad, it's disrespectful for your neighbors, and if you have any storm drains, you want to keep them clear as well. So this area right here was damaged by the excessive salt the truck spread this winter. And also the way the road slopes right here, so that's why everything melted, went right into my yard. But that wasn't the only thing that ended up in my yard. This is just lazy and disrespectful, and that's putting it nicely. This little area here, got a little spot over here, but along the whole path in the front. Now, I did spray a crabgrass preventer 3-4 weeks ago, but I did try to avoid this area, so what I can do here is maybe clean it up a little bit and try to grow some grass. I still have time before the heat really takes effect, so we're gonna see what we can do. First, I'll start off by using the rotary cultivator to loosen up the soil a bit. This is why I do most of my videos with voiceovers. Next, I'll rake up all the dead grass material. This is a little compost bin that is provided to us by the city. Eventually, I would like to have a small compost area somewhere in my backyard. But for now, it's just another project on the list. That ice cream truck is tempting, but not today. So we use the rolling cultivator to break up the compact soil, use the rake to clear out the dead grass, and next is seed. And what I have, Greenview, turf type tall fescue. That's what I used in my front yard last year for the fall overseed. It's gonna hand spread this. Just enough. Now, one thing I didn't mention is pellet lime. That's supposed to help with the acidic soil. I did put that down a few weeks ago. So it had a little time to work in, but it does take a little bit longer for it to really work. Whew. All right, so got the grass seed down, and what I'm gonna do now is just use the rake to kind of mix it in a little bit. Now, one thing I've used in the past, which as of last year I stopped using it, is peat moss. mean, it already has some acidity to it, so putting it down on here is useless. But I do have something else from Greenview that I'm going to use instead. And I'll get to that right about now. This is Greenview Seeding Success. They're like little wood pellet sized pieces that you spread on top of your grass. They retain moisture, which reduces your need to water every day, if you choose to do so. It's made of a recycled paper, starter fertilizer to help with germination, and a tactifier, kind of like glue to help the seed stay in place. And it's 100% weed free, and no need to clean up as it's biodegradable. And this is a perfect use for this section of my yard. I'll end up adding a little more in this area since this slopes a little more. And once we water it in, the pellets can expand up to 3 times their weight in water and can absorb water for several days. Probably the next update for this section will be when I do the weed and feed in a couple weeks. I do post on Instagram and TikTok once in a while, so if you want to follow those, the links down in the description is below. If you have any questions, comments, or any other ideas, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.